Hello, my name is David Cordaro, and I am a fifth-year Bachelor of Architecture student at Iowa State University. This project, titled Reading the Parc del Forum, explains how a failed economic system could lead to a new urban typology in Barcelona. The Parc del Forum was originally proposed on the heels of the hugely successful 1992 Barcelona Olympics. The scheme outlines a substantial amount of urban planning ideas and general revitalization as an attempt to generate more capital for the city of Barcelona. Similar developments had been economically successful elsewhere, so the city borrowed this model when it came to the 2004 Universal Forum of Cultures. However, as growing pains were felt in most parts of the city, the Parc del Forum remained predominantly empty. Large concrete walls, buildings seemingly protruding from a concrete plinth, improved views now consisting of thousands of tetrapods speckling the transition from sea to land, photovoltaic arrays harboring areas of refuge from the sun while seemingly providing energy for the site's sparse inhabitants. Where the erection of a multitude of churches define a culture of piety, so too do the towers of glass and expanses of concrete reflect the era of capitalism in architecture. This so-called cultural essence of the site has become one of mass globalization and speaks nothing to the local Catalonian culture and is completely void of the remembrance of the atrocities fueled by the anti-fascists prior to the 2000s. It has merely become a site constructed to be contextual with any mass urban sprawl. Here, I ask the question, can the application of a complex adaptive system revitalize an ancient building typology and create a new domestic hub within a failing urban context? The burial of the site is not to be understood as a tabula rasa, but rather a methodology of remembrance, a way of nodding to the historical tribulations of the site, but allowing new domestic space to flourish. Looking to traditional building typologies, the Indian Chand Baori, or step well, where traditionally women would descend a series of steps to collect and retrieve water for their community, was a typology that allowed for domesticity to populate. This typology, while open to anyone, has a very centralized inward focus, as opposed to typical residential dwellings that capitalize on views outward. This mass amount of space allows for users to create habitats, commerce, or collective spaces based on needs and market surroundings. The new domestic typology proposed with this system allows for users to create spaces of affordances, or spaces that allow the individual to create a space that meets their needs. The spaces are arranged according to the wishes of the inhabitants and can change frequently and fluidly, allowing feedback to the users to allow an ever-changing system. Similar to the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul, this housing typology is fluid, allowing views into units to allow neighborhoods to obtain feedback within a feasible range to allow users to then make decisions based off of signals from their surroundings. By taking the capitalist and political problems surrounding these 624 acres and illustrating disinterest in the process of trying to rationalize understanding, an unbiased conclusion can be achieved based on empirical data and connections formulated. Just as Walter Benjamin wrote, "The storm irresistibly propels him into the future to which his back is turned, while the pile of debris before him grows skyward." So too does Barcelona not address their constructed problems, but rather just opt to reclaim more land from the sea and or expand outward into the urbe, a capitalistic approach that creates more junk space. Ironically, this is through reclaiming these sites and their stories and burying them in what we understand the space as a spectacle. Scribing its images into the minds of those who encounter it, it becomes more than a contested history or an abstract form, and only through rebuilding can the site truly be discovered and digested. Through burial and rebuilding, and rejecting capitalist notions of expansive views and territoriality, this inward-focused and self-reliant typology of housing can allow a focus that is toward community engagement, not self-reliance. It provides spaces for numerous activities to occur and is easily tactile and responsive, allowing each individual to find harmony within their most fit niche.